Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You don't read many of these kind of articles lately or ever where you have two enemies praising not each other but at least one enemy praising his enemy, one entity, which is Russia, praising United States for its professionalism in investigating the two Ukrainian missiles that fell on the territory of Poland, and which could have been created a massive problem, but opportunities as well. Problems for some, opportunities for others. Problems for, I would say, the Polish people first, then probably the Ukrainians, then the Russians, and then the rest of us. And opportunities for the NATO organization, or for the United States and Ukraine. Let's go and see who's who, what's what in this article, and how Kremlin praised U.S. for its response to fall of missile in Poland. So this article comes from Ukraińska Prawda. It's from today, the 16th of November 2022. This is the title. Kremlin praises U.S. for its response to fall of missiles in Poland. The Kremlin has praised the U.S. for its quote-unquote restrained and professional response, end quote, to the fall of the missile fragments in Poland. Now there are missile fragments. So now falling fragments. So this is how the story goes. Yesterday it was that two missiles fell and exploded on the territory of Poland, killing two people and so on. So the Russians wrongfully hit or maybe willingly hit the Polish territory, the rockets. They show some fragments of those rockets. They say those rockets, those missiles were Russian made, so that must be the Russians. As I said, if I have a Russian knife and I go and do something, that means I'm Russian, because the knife was Russian. This is the logic of these weasels. So anyway, that's the first one. Now, after that, the Americans found out, wait a second, it was not actually, that's an S-300 missile. That's yes, Russian made, but that's Ukrainian. The Ukrainians air defense, when they tried to shoot Russian missiles, incoming missiles, they missed probably, and they fell wherever they fall. All right, wherever they fell. Now the story goes like this. Well, actually, it was not that, the Ukrainians, this weasel right here. Let's see if we got a name. Let's find your name. No, it's no name. He's just Ukraińska Prawda. Maybe at the end. I don't know. No, it's not, no name. So the weasels don't want to show their faces. So this guy says, no, actually just a fragment. So what happened when the Russians attack, that's their fault, right? These guys sent a missile, intercepted somewhere, and those debris flew about 50 kilometers from Lviv across the Ukrainian border into Poland, about 30 kilometers or something like this. So altogether would be, I don't know, like 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers, about, I don't know, 50 miles from the location where it hit. It couldn't have been at a very high altitude coming from where it came, right? So it hit it, and some of the debris ballistically fell on the Polish territory. This is what this guy, I think, implies. It's the same way with Kennedy. Bam, 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 but it was 3 shots from behind. It would be like bam, bam, bam. But no, they were like bam, bam, bam. The guy was dancing over there in the car, and it was Oswald with his little boom, boom, boom. He was able to do it because he was a semi-sniper in the American military at one point. Okay, the same here. Ballistically, this is the target right here. Let's put the tiger telephone, right? These guys shoot from here, right? And it goes here. It doesn't come like this because it's not a rocket. It's a missile, so it goes like this. All right. So it goes like this, goes here, and before it gets to the location, these guys shoot from here, from back, not from here is Poland, not from here. They're gonna shoot from here before. They shoot it somehow, and this is gonna go plick, 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 and kill Polish people. Did Oswald kill Kennedy? Yes. Okay, the same here. So, must be the debris. To the fall of the missile fragments. Okay. Source, Kremlin Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov said, in this case, it makes sense to pay attention to the restrained and much more professional reaction to the American side and the American president, Peskov had told journalists. Fantastic. No? Don't you think? I think that's very nice. When you, I agree with that. But obviously that work in their interest, so they have to be weasel too, right? According to him, this reaction contrasted, I'm quoting, contrasted with the absolutely hysterical reaction of the Polish side and a number of other countries. Correct. I agree with that statement. So this reaction contrasted with the absolutely hysterical reaction of the Polish side and a number of other countries. Poland thought about invoking that Article 4 or 5 or whatever to being a member NATO state. We are attacked, please intervene. But that would have been a good example to show that they will not intervene. Against Russia, at least. They would intervene against other countries that are that you can push them around, Iraq or something like that. But Russia, I don't think so, because Russia can really punch back. So I don't think they would. Probably they would have weaseled out something. No strike zone, I don't think so. No flying zone, I don't think that one. But some troops, peacekeeping troops in Ukraine, NATO, something. You can't hit me, but I can hit you. You're not allowed to. I'm not involved. You are involved. You're just outside and hit you, but you can't. Like the Russians are doing when they hit the Ukrainians from their territory, from, let's say, Russia proper. They shoot from there, but hey, you can't shoot us back there. Why? Well, the same with Belarus. We can launch things from Belarus, but you can't shoot Belarus. Belarus is violate its sovereignty. Nah, that's weasel. So I'm quoting again. Why this happened? You should probably ask Warsaw the question and ask Polish officials to be more restrained, balanced and professional when they talk about such sensitive and potentially dangerous topics. Peskov has continued, and I agree with that. The Poles for the Poles, if Russia does not exist tomorrow, it would be a celebration. Am I wrong saying that? You may say yes, but I know people, and I know how they feel against and about other people. So for them, it would be like, Russia no more, that's fine, give me a schnapps, good enough. And probably the vice versa. I mean, not probably. I would say the same would apply for the Russians if Poland doesn't exist, because they have so many things before and they're so aggressive to one another that they're like, oh my God, I don't want to hear from you again, just don't be there, gone. Yeah, as Reuters data indicates, US President Joe Biden told G7 and NATO partners that a missile explosion in eastern Poland was caused by a missile from the Ukrainian air defense system. And in that meeting, the Netherlands, I think, I don't want to say that. I made a video with the Netherlands Prime Minister saying that it was the Russians who did it, after Biden informed these weasels that it was these guys. Anyway, Andrzej Duda, the president of Poland, has said that Warsaw does not have accurate information about who exactly launched the missile that fell on Polish territory, and confirmed that it was most likely a Russian-made one. It doesn't matter if it's made or not. If I'm using a Remington rifle with a Remington ammunition, it does not mean that I am American. I own the weapon. A Chinese can buy the weapon. Anyway, European Pravda has collected the main facts about this situation in the article Rocket Over Poland, what is known about the attack on the Russian Federation, on a NATO state and what the consequences might be. They are ready to, we're gonna get NATO and fuck the Russians attack. What if it was an accident? Then what? Doesn't matter? Okay, what if if it doesn't matter if there was an accident coming from Russia, would it matter, would it be different if it would be an accident coming from Ukraine? And if yes, why? Does it matter if you're in self-defense or in not self-defense? Let's say someone attacks me and shoots at me, and I shoot at that person. And when I shoot at that person, I shoot someone, a pedestrian walking by. Will I be guilty of shooting that pedestrian, since the other guy attacked me and I was defending myself from that guy, but wrongfully I killed other people in the street? Will that guy be guilty that attacked me, or I will be guilty for killing that pedestrian? It will be me killing that pedestrian. You can say, well, he made me. Yeah, he made you, but why did you react with a handgun? Because he had a handgun. Well, why didn't you run? Well, I couldn't run. Okay, well, if you shot, why didn't you shoot at the guy? Well, my bad. So it's your bad. Yeah, that's what it is. So we'll see what happens now. What if it's they say, okay, now we're gonna attack? Is NATO gonna attack Ukraine? If not, I thought that any country that attacks one NATO member state will get the response. In the case of Russia, everybody will be like, yes, Russia, Russia, Russia. Even if it would have been an accident, I guarantee you will have weasel countries in NATO which says, yeah, we do this to Russia, we do this to Russia, we do this. Maybe not attack. They don't want to get involved in attack because their countries will be bombarded, and they don't want that. They want to be weasels outside of it, just throw shit on you, plaque, 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 but you can't throw shit on. I'm not involved, but I can, somehow I can shoot shit on you and just volley it to you, or pass it, or whatever, shoot it. So that's what it is with these guys. They're not going to do anything. But what if then you would do that to Russia? Would you do the same thing to any other attacker? Accidental or not accidental? No. Why? Because all those policies, all those blah blah blah, all virtue signaling on your chest with the medals and all that knighting shit is just ideological. It's not there. It's just for you and I to fall for it. But we don't fall for it. Okay? We don't fall for it. Why? Because it's another example how these guys would take it. If it's you, no. If it's that, yeah. But hey, it's the same situation. Oh yeah, but we like these guys, we don't like the other ones. That's situational justice. We don't like situational justice because that could happen to you, to me, and everybody else, and there's no justice. That's why we have social justice. It's not the same thing as justice, okay? Because it's kind of like us against you. It's not, hey, let's find justice. No, we're not interested in finding justice. We're interested in finding justice for these guys against those guys specifically. And we're going to find everything we can, or any interpretation, to those guys. The same. We're going to find anything to the Russians. What? Russia must go. Russia must be Russia of 1991 and 1999 Yeltsin time, when it was the whore. Anyone can not come with no scheduled visit. Just wait for the previous guy to finish his stuff, and then do Russia how much, how long, however, without paying. Yeah. And even if they pay, doesn't really matter. A whore is a whore. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.